Alright, so categories of movies that deserve sequels, Accepted is one of those. This movie, it came out of nowhere. It came out in 2006, which was the year I graduated from high school. Irony for you, right there. Now, this may surprise you, but I did not go to college. I had a job. Right out of high school, so I didn't need to go to college. But I do understand what this movie was trying to say. The story is about a kid named Bartleby, played by Justin Long. He graduated high school, and then he's rejected by every college that he applied for. And so, when his parents find out, his dad mostly is very bummed out about it, very disappointed in him. And so he makes up a fake college. So his best friend Schrader, played by Jonah Hill, got into Harmon College. So Bartleby makes up South Harmon Institute of Technology. And yes, that does spell out shit. They make it a joke in this movie. And so he fakes an acceptance letter to make his family proud of him. Because, but it becomes more than that. Because to impress his dad, they have to make this website, which he tells Shredder to make it look real. And then all his friends decide, hey, we want to go to this fake college too. We want to impress our parents. That right there would be a red flag for me if I was a parent and my son and all of his friends got into the same college, except for Schrader, of course, but be like, wait, how did all of you get into the same college? I know this is a movie and I know there's TV shows that do that, but I find that highly unlikely. But, yes. Yes, so they get a facility, an old, rundown mental institution that they convert into a sort of school. And this is where, they fake an opening day and they think everything is done, and then they realize that the website they had was too real because many college students clicked on it and they all got accepted. So now, Bartleby is now responsible for a buttload of kids coming in here, or, young adults, coming in here to go to college. Among them, the more notable ones, there is Kiki, who is a former stripper turned fashion designer, played by Deora Baird. There is a guy, I don't remember his name, but he wants to blow shit up with his mind. He's played by Jeremy Howard. There is Abernathy Darwin Dunlap, played by Robin Lord Taylor, who you may know from Gotham as the Penguin. He's pretty good in this. And you have the rocker guy who's been in pizza delivery commercials, I think. And of course you have the main cast. Besides Justin Long, you have Jonah Hill as Sherman Schrader, or just Schrader. I'm not a big fan of Jonah Hill. His later stuff, he was good in this. I think this and the 21 Jump movies are the only ones that I think he's really good in. Otherwise, his performance in This Is Us, which I might do, or This Is It, This Is the End, which I might get to this month, no. You have Hans, not Hans, Hands. 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 That's his nickname, I guess. He is played by Columbus Short. He's a football star that got injured and thus lost his college scholarship. That is bullshit. Is that a thing? If you get a college scholarship for sports and you get injured, months before you go to that college, right? Because if you get injured just before you graduate high school, right? By the time you go to college in September-ish, you should be healed. They shouldn't be able to say, oh no, you're injured now, you don't get the scholarship. But he could be healed by the time that comes along. I know not every injury is like that, but, if he rehabs it and stuff, he could heal up. But he doesn't get in any colleges because he's injured. There's Rory, I don't know her actress, I'm sorry. And she just wants to do nothing, I guess. And then there is Ben Lewis, who is the fake dean of their college and Schrader's uncle on his mom's side, played by the always wonderful Louis Black, who I think is one of the best parts of this film. And then you have Monica, the love interest, played by Blake Lively, and she is currently going out with a college student named Hoyt Ambrose, who is played by that Dick Trent from Transformers and Friday the 13th. Yes, he was the same character. Michael Bay did both. So, yeah, and he's a dick in this too. And so, it becomes the stake of real Harmon College to take down South Harmon. Not because they want to, they want their students to go there and that they want their students to have a better education. No. It's not about that. No. Dean Horn could care less about his students' education. He wants to succeed so that he can tear down every building in his way to build his grand archway. That's all he cares about. However, after it's initially brought up, we don't really hear about it again. Hoyt shows up at South Harmon and starts to get a little, and he uses Schrader, who is a legacy. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me. If you're a legacy in a frat, you don't have to pledge, right? If you're a legacy, you automatically get in. Is that not how it works? But they still make him pledge, and he dresses up as a sperm. He's a hot dog, where you get the classic line, the line that this movie's most famous for. Ask me about my winner. Yes, that's where this is the movie that comes from. They haze him. I know it's a hazing ritual, but if you're a legacy, aren't you automatically in? I mean, Beta House, Eric Stifler was a legacy. He had to go through some trials, but he still got in. I mean, it was obvious he was gonna get in, but I don't know. He should have got in. I'm just saying, but I like the way they portray colleges in this film. Actually, it has a point. Like they go through and they're like, oh, like Monica wants to be a photographer, but she can't take a photojournalism class because that's for journalism majors. She can't take a photography class because that's for she can't take a photojournalism class because that's for journalism majors. She can't take an art class because that's for art majors. She doesn't have a class just for photography. It doesn't make any sense. That's like, hey, I want to be an engineer. Well, you got to take a math class. And you got to study science for that. I understand what you got to do for it. Why can't I just take an engineering class? That kind of thing. It gets a point. And it gets to the point, this big speech at the end. So eventually, thanks to Hoyt, they do get found out. And this is really where this movie comes down for me. Everything up to this point is pretty cool. They have this little rocking dance thing. Even when they pull the fire alarm and the water comes down, they still dance, even though they should be electrocuted. But they have fun. Yes, I guess one of the low points is the sister. Like, she just shows up and she knows that it's fake, but she agrees not to tell her parents because she'll get a fake ID out of it. Sherman, also kind of why I don't like Jonah Hill is like, they made him the voice of reason, but he's more like Debbie Downer. Like, anything that's negative about their entire situation, he throws out there. Like, every time they try to say, we do this, he throws out the negative part of it. And it's just, after a while, it's just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Every time they have an idea, he throws out what's negative about it. And it's just like, shut up. Just shut up. All right? Everything that Bartley comes up with, he's against. And I understand they gotta have a voice of reason, but every single thing Bartley comes up with, he's like, no, you can't do that. We can't do that. No, we're gonna go to jail. We're gonna go to jail, which in this case, they probably would have. But it's a movie, so they don't. So, long story short, after they are found out, they're like, the lease owner automatically loses the lease. Even though he still goes to check the mail and he can still go on the property. So, obviously, he didn't lose the lease right away, and because it's a felony or something. And so he gets a letter saying they're go to get the school accredited, which means it'll be an official school. And that Schrader, because Schrader gets beat up, and that's how they find out about self-harming and everything, because they beat the hell out of him. And then this is what's cool. Schrader does this, and he's like, I was supposed to be the 4th generation Schrader to go to Harmon, but I'd rather be the 1st generation Schrader to go to South Harmon Institute of Technology. He's a shithead. That's what it. Yeah, I like it. They have brown. Shit brown is their color, and they're the shit sandwiches. That's their mascot. I like that. And then they had some classes like rocking your face off and taking a break and learning about stuff. And there's like a bunch of stuff. And this whole speech that he does, like not wanting to conform to what colleges want you to do. Like, he went to the college. He saw what they were trying to do. You go there to do what you want to do, but they want you to do a bunch of other things. That you can't do this because you're not that major. You can't do that because you're not majoring in that. In South Harmon, they'll let you do what you want to do without having to go around or take a workaround or say you can't do that or you can't do this. That's the point. And he says this, but he's like, did you want to be on the board when you grew up, or did you want to be something else? Did you want to do something else with your life? Not everyone wants to, be what they turned out to be, Did I want to be a janitor? No. Why am I a janitor? Because I get money. But, it's just the same. And they do get a chance to be accredited. They get a 1-year trial of it. So they go back, Bartleby gets the girl, and everything is hunky-dory. This movie should have a sequel. Plain and simple, this movie should have a sequel. And what is this? 11 years? No. 10 years would be 2016. So then it's 2021, right? I don't know. 2021. Okay, so 2016, that's 10 years plus 5. 15 years? 15 years. It's been 15 years since I've been out of high school. I'm old. Goddamn. But yeah, 15 years. And we haven't gotten a sequel to this. This should be a sequel. I'm working on a video of top 10 movies that deserve sequels. This is one of them. I'm telling you right now, this will be one of them. I'm not telling you what number. This is one of them. The cast is great. Lewis Black is fantastic. It ends with him saying like, "Oh, you're fucked," and it bleeps him out. And then you actually get a follow through with this playing thing when Dean Horn's car blows up, and Bartleby's like, "Holy shit!" And Jeremy Howard just goes, "I told you." This movie is fantastic. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Yes, there's some problems with it, but I really enjoy it. So what are your thoughts on Accepted? Leave in all the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.